Hey guys, what is going on? We continue this boot world tour. We're now arriving in Ukraine. My first pair of Ukrainian boots I have ever reviewed. Last review was Germany, today Ukraine. Wow. Eventually I'm gonna need to buy a plane ticket. It's gonna take me all around the world to meet these people. So today I'm going to be reviewing some Wolf and Beard mock toe boots. That is right. So these were sent to me from my buddy Carlos in Spain. His Instagram handle is Spaniard_DH. And if you remember, recently I reviewed a pair of his boots from Fortis, his Primero boot in Mariam Black TPR Horsebutt. What a collab that was. Thank you so much, Carlos, for sending me these to review. He also said that I could keep these as long as I credit Wolf and Beard for making some outstanding boots. Apparently, these are a little small on Carlos. They look to be exactly my size. So these are in a size 42. So these are the Samurai boots in brown Crazy Horse. So initial observations right up front is that this brown Crazy Horse, it's got sort of like a nubuck feel to it, though it's not as oily, not as rubbery. It's a little bit more dry. To the hand feel, it's more like, it feels more like a suede in terms of dryness. It's definitely not a shiny leather. It's definitely more in the nubuck realm, definitely in that micro suede range. It's just a beautifully done mock toe, definitely reminiscent of the Red Wing mock. So we've got a Vibram wedge sole, which I am a fan of wedge soles, and stay tuned, I'm actually going to be rating all the different wedge soled boots that I have, and so these will definitely be in that video as well. One of the most unique things right off the bat is going to be this mock here. The mock toe stitch is reinforced every stitch of the way, similar to how I do on the inseams of my bags. I like to not only stitch, so you can see the apron here is stitched to the vamp normally, but then there's also this loop stitch that wraps around and really reinforces these two components together, really cements them together very closely. I love it when makers do this. They really reinforce this, this quarter panel to the vamp with 3 box stitches, and I can tell that they went through this probably 3 times, maybe 4 passes through with the needle there, just to really make sure that never comes undone. That will never fail on you. So good job there. We've got all nickel eyelets going all the way up. So we've got a 360-degree Goodyear welt with a split reverse welt all around the perimeter. Very well done. We've got a typical backstay, which is one piece. This back heel block comprises the backstay and the back strip. No pull tabs. We've got the tongue in matching leather. It's fully lined. We've got a veg tan insole for the sock liner and 2 layers of veg tan for the insole and midsole here. Good amount of structure in the heel there. Some decent toe stiffeners, feels like in the walls of this vamp here. But yeah, here's kind of what I was talking about. These are my Imperium boots in harness buck brown, and as you can see, this mock toe is simply stitched through with a standard stitch. There is no loop stitching that reinforces it. You leather experts, you stitching experts out there, let me know if there's a better term for that than loop stitch. I'm not super familiar with stitching terminology, but what I can tell you is that this mock is ultra reinforced with these loop stitches here. So it's worth noting that Wolf and Beard doesn't have a typical website, but they do sell on Etsy, and they also have a very good presence on Instagram as well. So they're located in Kiev, Ukraine. He says on his Etsy page, please choose your shoe size carefully. We cannot accept returns, exchanges, or cancellations. All of my shoes are made by hand. It takes time and materials. If you're unsure of the size or anything else, please ask before ordering. The purchase should be made only after you're sure of all the details. I agree. I can definitely relate to that. This is the Wolf and Beard. This is what he calls the classic mock toe. He also calls it the Samurai mock toe. So on the Etsy page, he doesn't have this exact Crazy Horse leather on there, but he does have, the closest thing to it would be a cowhide crust genuine leather with an EVA foam and genuine leather insole. midsole Vegetan leather, outsole Vibram Moreflex, and he has them in many colors. And they're all really beautiful, bright colors too. So there's green, there's indigo blue, there's standard brown, there's cognac brown, which is more of a tan. There is maize yellow, there's rose pink, and then he offers all of them same colors in mock toe shoes as well, in all the same colors. There's also black, and so the owner, his name is Artem Vovk. I hope I said that right. And so unfortunately, the man is strapped for time as he is a one-man operation, and so all the communication he does himself, all the boot making he does himself, all the shipping, all of it, it's himself. That is a lot of work. I can tell you as a small maker myself, it is a lot of work, especially talking to people. I feel really bad sometimes because my Instagram DMs start to get sort of out of control and I get backed up, but honestly, like, it's just a time thing. It's not an affront to anybody. I can totally relate to being crunched for time constantly. So Artem has been busy with shoes since he was 19. He studied at the University of Technology and Design. So I asked him where he sources leather for his boots. He says he buys material from suppliers. They bring materials usually from Italy, typically the upper leather in general. For some parts, he uses materials from local manufacturers. So I asked him if this was a nubuck. He says it looks like a nubuck, but it's not. Nubuck leather is drier in composition and does not have as much wax in it. Typically, it's a waxed crust leather. The surface of the leather is polished with a fine brush and then impregnated with waxes and oils. I asked him where he learned boot making. He says, I studied at the University of Technology and Design as a shoemaker. Then for some time I worked in an atelier of individual tailoring of shoes and bags as an assistant. Then I managed my own workshop in the same direction of individual tailoring of shoes, on personal measurements, sizes, complex feet, and you understand. I'm actually a shoe designer. I make designs and patterns for shoe manufacturers and factories, but I also like to work with my hands, and I always wanted to make my own brand and produce my own shoe design. And so the story of Wolf and Beard appeared. I asked him what the idea behind his brand was. He says, in general, it's all just a play on words. To put it simply, I am a wolf and I have a beard. My surname is Vovk. In Ukrainian, it translates as wolf. And of course, I have a beard, obviously. Well, obviously. But if you get into the details, I had a partner with whom I wanted to do this brand, and we were supposed to be the wolf and bear, like our spirit animals. These two animals are distributed all over the world on all continents. This is exactly the future I wanted for my shoes, to take them all over the world. What does the future hold for Wolf and Beard, I asked. He says, when the war ends in my country, I'm going to open a bigger shoe production than a workshop. I will hire a few employees and all that. How it will be, I don't know yet. First, we need to live. I asked him what the type of stitch is on his mock toe. I asked him if it has a special name. He says it's a regular moccasin stitch, just a slight modification to add style and to make the boots not so work but more casual dress shoes. I don't know what the name is, to be honest. It would be cool if it was once called the Wolf and Beard Moccasin Stitching. He laughs. P.S. You should wipe my boots with a damp cloth, then add a little wax. Apparently they haven't seen shoe polish in a long time. He would also ask that I indicate in the review that these are casual boots because comparing them with work boots is not correct. They are great for every day. They are more comfortable than typical work boots. At least that's how I wanted to do it. And so, needless to say, Artem is stressed out due to the ongoing conflict in that region of the world. And so I do take pity on him. He is worried about his livelihood and his well-being. And for that reason, I would ask if you're interested in these boots, any purchases would go to a great cause, helping out Artem Vovk in Ukraine, help him get through it, help him start his brand that is his dream one day to open a shoe store and to really get going. I really wish him all the luck. I think he's made an amazing boot, and I'm sure that things will work out for him. I have no doubt about it in my mind. As far as hitting them with some conditioners, yeah, I might hit it with some wax. We'll see. We'll see. Some conditioner. Another thing that I really like is the Wolf and Beard stamp here on the upper, on the shaft here. It's nice and subtle. And the packaging is very simple, but I like it. And I do have to say, yes, these do hearken to the Red Wing mock toe very nicely. In fact, they're priced competitively with the Red Wing mock toe as well. I would say if you're looking for a great boot made by a great dude that definitely has not skimped on any of the materials in any way, who's done his best to source the best that he possibly could, he's also got an amazing eye for design, I would say give Wolf and Beard a look. Yeah, other thoughts? What can I say? The laces that come with these, they're like a flat nylon lace. I think they're nylon. They feel nylon. They feel pretty waterproof by the feel. The tongue is not gusseted at all. And overall, I really like these boots. I could see why people buy these boots and then want to go for them in multiple colors, because like I said, the colors are just so much fun, and the boots themselves are super approachable, super easy wearing. For $330, that's a really good price on these. And they're super lightweight. They're not very heavy. They'd be perfect summertime boots. Go very well with chinos, especially that cream wedge Vibram Moreflex outsole. It's not a heavy boot. Definitely probably half a pound. And so you're not going to be lugging around super heavy leather all the time. They'd go really good with some lightweight chinos because of how lightweight and breathable this leather feels. Perfect for a hot summer day. And as for sizing, let me help you guys get the right size. All right, so I'm going to compare some Wolverine 1000 Miles, size 8.5, up against Wolf and Beard, size 42. By my eye, the length is pretty much the same. Last shape is a little different. Due to the last difference, so the Wolf and Beard, we're going to have raised walls in the vamp. They're definitely, so they appear a little shorter, a little boxier, but I wouldn't size any different. I would say take your true size in Wolf and Beard. I'm a 9 Brannick, I go down the half size for the Wolverines. The fit is perfect. And I would say Wolf and Beard, true to size, for sure. All right, let's compare some Parkhursts. All right, yes, totally different lasts, but Parkhurst size 8.5, Wolf and Beard size 42, completely different lasts. Parkhursts are going to be a little bit less volume towards the toe there. The Wolf and Beard appear to have a lot more volume throughout the midfoot and the heel. But I would say, yeah, once again, just completely different last shapes. Much more boxy on the Wolf and Beards. So the dimensions aren't going to line up perfectly, but my recommendation is the same. Go true to size for your EU size. All right, let's compare the Truman 79 last in Ink Chiha Rough Out to the Wolf and Beard size 42s. Yeah, once again, length very close. Obviously, the Wolf and Beard mocks can accommodate much more volume because of that raised forefoot area. All right, Grant Stone Diesels, size 8.5. Leo last. Yeah, Diesels in size 8.5 are just slightly longer than the Wolf and Beards in a size 42. All right, so anyways, final thoughts. I think this is a phenomenal brand. I really like these boots. I really like how they wear. I really like how versatile they are. We've got a lot of chocolate cream color tones going on, very earthy, very beautiful, very vibrant, very poppy. I think they're priced exactly right. Do I think you're getting a deal on these? You're maybe saving some money? No, you're paying exactly what you should, I'd say, for these boots. $330 is exactly what these should be priced at. And of course, they're going to a good cause, a good dude. Artem, I wish you all the best of luck, my friend. I really love your boots, and I really hope that this video could help you out in one way or another, hopefully bring it some business, hopefully plant some seeds for some future customers to consider an amazing alternative to the standard Red Wing mock toe. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let's keep the love of mock toe boots alive. I will see y'all in my next video.